Hello, welcome back to my channel. I have not uploaded videos for a really while, like since last year, but anyway, I'll start uploading soon. So today I'm gonna talk about one of the most impossible PlayStation 2 games of history right here. Test Drive Formula 1 2001. Let's see. Era Motorsports Professional Drag Racing 2005. These games, let me tell you a little backstory about them. They are very, very impossible to even achieve first place in the races. Like for example, in Test Drive, I barely can complete this game until 2 days ago, where I finally got first place in each race, in San Francisco, Tokyo, London, and Monte Carlo. All races have been completed first race, easy. The problem with this game, when you're trying to make a drift, the car spins out of control, and the other racers, you have 5 opponents who are AI, and it's really nearly impossible to get ahead of them. They're always going more faster and more further than you are. At least the developer should have had this idea where, oh, you can have a good car instead of having a bad car that doesn't really function correctly, and it doesn't speed up, and end up trying almost 50 times until you finally complete one event. Formula 1 is the same situation, but the aerodynamics of this game is not really good. It just spins out of control. Same thing with Test Drive. Same thing for the aerodynamics for this one. So what I'm saying is all these 3 games right here, they're very hard to get a first place, and these are one of the most challenging ones ever. So the developers behind these 3 games, the company, you have employees, maybe you have 50 to 200 employees who worked on these games, and they put so much hard work and dedication. Atari is a big name, Sony Computer Entertainment, Bethesda. Now it makes newer games for the Xbox or PS4 or PS3 if I'm correct. So these developers, they have an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, and a master's degree as well. They might, who knows, they might have a PhD degree. I gotta look it up, what each developer his educational background is, but that's not the main point. My main point is you have a high level college degree, and you couldn't use some common sense where you could have had an idiot AI code where the 5 opponents automatically, once you input this code, they automatically go crazy. Instead of a person wasting his time, they could have just completed this game in a matter of 30 minutes or less, and not been frustrated trying to complete one event 100 tries. Because my friend, he barely can pass the first level because of the timer. It kept lowering. And none of the other cheat devices really work well for these games, because there's an idiot AI for, I think it was Action Replay or Codebreaker. Once you input this code, the problem is the game freezes. It doesn't load to the main menu or anything like that. At least these developers could have used some common sense, added maybe a cheat code where you can have first place in all races. Or a second option, idiot AI, where the other opponents go crazy and they just hit each other, and where you can just be first place and win the races easily, instead of you trying and being and getting frustrated every time you lose to the AI, because these games are extremely impossible to complete. Or you could have added a third option where you could have had complete a whole game and just save the file, and that's pretty much it. It defeats the purpose of the challenging of the challenge and like the tasks, but nobody wants to like waste their entire time trying to like figure out like which car is which, and how are you like I'm supposed to make the drift, and like nobody wants to like, my meaning is nobody wants to live and breathe these games and spend like almost like 1 or 2 years like my friend did, and he couldn't even like get past to the first challenges because they're like too complex to complete. Like at least if they implemented this method, it would have been much easier. Or like another method would be like slow down AI computer, where you could like have at least an advantage of completing these events and moving on to like another video game you want to play in the future. I mean, I don't know why these developers didn't like follow this method. Like technology was progressing a little bit at that time, but there was no like sorry excuse to say, oh oops, I forgot. Or they could have probably done this just to make somebody's life miserable. That's another factor I was like thinking about. So the last option I could think of is there has to be like a person, like a developer needs to like develop a cheat disk for these 3 impossible games to beat, because a lot of like my friends, once they complete the game, they just like save the save file, like the statistics of the save file, and they just keep it on their memory card as like a record of completion to like raise their ranks or something. I don't know, that's like a hobby I should like probably get into when I have like free time. So I'd like to challenge these developers who made these 3 impossible games if they can like get first place in each event in the championships, earn all trophies, or any gamer that's probably capable of like completing these video games. It could be probably maybe the controller, or maybe like a person needs one of those steering wheel driving game. Like, you know that little steering wheel where you just like, it's a Logitech steering wheel where you just like connect it to the PlayStation 2 and you can easily like maneuver the car. I think that could be a possibility. That's why nobody like maybe my friend couldn't like complete the game, because he was using the PlayStation 2 controller and like making the drifts and like stopping and reversing. It just like spun out of control like the character's car. So I just hope like one day in the future, like somebody can figure out why these games are so impossible to complete. Thanks for watching.